Welcome to Learn English with History. Our channel gives you a natural, effective, relaxing, and interesting way to learn English. Because as you know, learning only grammar in school can sometimes feel difficult and boring, with too much theory and not enough real practice. So here, we give you a new way to learn through powerful and interesting history stories where you can listen, enjoy, and at the same time improve your vocabulary and listening skills naturally. And studies show that over 70% of successful English learners improve their skills by self-studying and regularly watching English videos. So now let's begin today's story.
Hey, James, stop! Look at me! Look at my face today! Do you remember the shy girl from 4 months ago? The girl who ran away when you said hello? The girl who was afraid to speak even one word of English because she thought she was stupid?
Oh my God! Lakshmi! Is that really you? I can't believe it. Your voice is so strong and clear. You look so happy and confident. Your English sounds so easy and natural. What happened to you, my friend? Tell me your secret.
It was a miracle, James, but it was not magic. It was a new way of learning. For 12 long years in school, I was like a prisoner. I studied English every day, but I could not speak one sentence. I felt like a failure. But today, I'm standing here, talking to you like a brother.
This is wonderful. But Lakshmi, I have a secret too. Many people think I am a natural at languages because I am a teacher. But when I tried to learn your language, Hindi, I failed too. I sat in a class, I wrote words 100 times, and I cried in my room. I felt just like you. My teacher gave me 50 words every day. I memorized them for the test. On Monday, I got a perfect score. But on Tuesday, I forgot everything. I was a grammar king, but a speaking zero.
Really? A teacher like you also felt that way? That makes me feel much better. Let me tell you about my darkest day. 5 months ago, I went to a big hotel in Mumbai to find a job. The manager was a very serious man. He asked me, "Tell me about yourself." James, I knew every word in my head. I knew my name is Lakshmi, I am 19, but my throat was closed. My heart went thump, thump, thump. I shook, I sweated, I said nothing, just silence. The manager laughed and said, "Go home, girl. You're wasting my time. You cannot even speak your name." I walked home and cried for 3 hours. I wanted to burn all my English books. I hated English.
I am so sorry, Lakshmi. I feel your pain. But listen to me. That manager was wrong. The school was wrong. Schools treat English like a dead body. They cut it into small pieces. Grammar, rules, vocabulary. But a language is alive. It needs a heart. It needs stories.
Exactly. So I stopped studying. I started listening. I went to the internet and found a story about a man named Galileo. Long ago, Galileo looked at the stars with a telescope. He said, "The earth moves around the sun." But the leaders were angry. They said, "No, everything moves around the earth." They put him in a dark room. They said, "Tell a lie or we kill you." Galileo was afraid, but he knew the truth. When I heard this story, I didn't care about grammar. I only cared about Galileo. I felt his brave heart, and that is how I learned words like earth, center, and truth. They stuck to my brain like glue.
That is amazing. For everyone listening, notice how Lakshmi used the word brave. Brave means you are afraid, but you still do it. Like Galileo. Like Lakshmi when she speaks English today. Everyone, if you hear a difficult word like telescope, do not use a dictionary. Use AI. Lakshmi, tell them how you did it.
It is so easy. I asked ChatGPT, "Explain telescope like I'm 5 years old." The AI said, "It is a long tube that makes far things look close." In 1 second, I understood. No translation, just English. And I also used the shadowing trick. James, let's show them now so they can try it too. I will copy you immediately.
Okay, let's try. Everyone, listen and repeat after us. English is a key to a new world.
English is a key to a new world.
I am proud of my progress.
I am proud of my progress.
That is shadowing. You copy the sound and the emotion. My mother thought I was crazy, James. She knocked on my door and asked, "Lakshmi, who are you talking to?" I told her, "I am talking to my future mother."
Talking to my future. That is beautiful. But what about the days when you felt lazy? Many people say, "James, I am too old," or "James, I am too busy."
I say, that is a lie. I have a job. I have a family. But I have 20 minutes before I sleep. Instead of watching boring news, I watch a story. I use the 5-minute rule. I tell myself, "Lakshmi, do not study. Just listen for 5 minutes. If you hate it, you can stop." But the stories were so good. 5 minutes became 30. Every night it was like a movie in my head.
You are right. English is just a tool, like a hammer. You use a hammer to build a house. You use English to build your dreams. My world was a small room, James. I thought I would stay there forever. But now, the world is a huge ocean. I am free. I can watch movies. I can read science. I can talk to you. I am not a prisoner anymore.
Lakshmi, your story is a light for the world. To everyone listening, please put down the boring books. Stop crying over grammar. You're not stupid. You just need a better way. Find a story you love. History, movies, science, anything. Listen today. Listen tomorrow. Be patient for 90 days.
Don't look at the clock. Don't worry about tests. Just enjoy the stories. One day, you will wake up and realize you're thinking in English. That is the best feeling in the world. Thank you, James, for being my friend and showing me the door.
You open the door yourself, Lakshmi. Now go and show the world who you are.
I will. And to you, the person listening, if a village girl like me can do it, you can do it too. Let's start now. James, can I tell you something more? Something I never told anyone before? That night after the hotel manager laughed at me was not just a bad day, it was the worst day of my life. I walked home slowly. I felt empty. When I closed my door, I did not only cry. I sat on the floor and looked at my English books for a long time. Big grammar books, thick, heavy, full of rules. I touched them and asked myself, why did I study for 12 years and still feel so stupid when I need to speak?
I understand that feeling more than you think. Many students feel strong in class, but weak in real life. They can pass exams, they can write answers. But when someone looks at them and asks a simple question, their mind freezes. It is not because they are stupid. It is because they learned English like a subject, not like a language. And a language is something alive. It needs practice, emotion, and real use.
That night, I opened one grammar book again. Page 1 said, Present Perfect Tense. I read the rule slowly. I understood every word of the explanation. I even did some exercises, all correct. But then I stood in front of the mirror and tried to speak. Nothing came out. In that moment, I asked myself a powerful question. If grammar is the answer, why can't I talk? That question was like a light in a dark room.
That is a life-changing question. Many people never ask it. They only blame themselves. But you were brave enough to question the method. Sometimes the problem is not the learner. Sometimes the problem is the way we learn. When we only memorize rules, our brain becomes tired. But when we listen to stories, our brain becomes curious.
The next morning, I made a small promise to myself. For 30 days, I would stop studying grammar. No more long vocabulary lists, no more translating every sentence, only listening, only simple stories, only real English. At first, I was scared. I thought, what if this is a mistake? But I felt I had nothing to lose.
That decision was brave. Change always feels uncomfortable in the beginning. The first week is usually the hardest. Your brain wants to go back to old habits because they feel safe. But growth never happens inside comfort.
The first week was very hard. I listened to a story about space. I understood maybe 30%. Many words were new. I wanted to open a dictionary every minute, but I stopped myself. I told myself, just listen, just follow the story. I did not want to quit again. I remembered the manager's laugh. That memory gave me energy.
What did you do when you heard a word many times but still did not understand it?
I asked AI to explain it in simple English. No translation. For example, the word planet. The explanation was a big ball in space that moves around a star. When I heard that, I smiled. It was so clear, so easy. I realized learning can be simple if the explanation is simple.
That is smart learning. You stayed in English. You trained your brain to think directly in English instead of jumping back to your first language. That is how fluency slowly grows.
After 2 weeks, something strange happened. I did not feel afraid while listening anymore. I stopped thinking about grammar. I just followed the story like watching a movie with my ears. One night, I listened to the story of Galileo again. When I heard, "The Earth moves around the sun," I did not translate. I saw a blue planet moving in space. I felt excited. That was the moment I knew something inside me was changing.
Stories create images. Images create memory. And memory creates language. That is why children learn fast. They learn through stories and emotions, not through grammar rules.
Then something even more surprising happened. I started talking to myself in English. At first, I felt silly. I stood in front of the mirror and said, "Hello, my name is Lakshmi. I'm not stupid." My voice was shaking, but every day I repeated small sentences. Slowly, my voice became stronger. I began to believe my own words.
Confidence grows from action, not from thinking. Every time you spoke, even alone in your room, you were building courage. Speaking to yourself is powerful practice. There is no judge, no test, no fear. Just you and your voice.
One evening, my little brother heard me speaking English. He said, "Wow, you sound like YouTube." That made me laugh, but it also made me proud. I realized my pronunciation was improving because I used shadowing. I repeated sentences immediately after hearing them. I copied the sound and the emotion. When Galileo said, "And yet it moves," I said it with strength. I felt brave like him.
That is the magic of shadowing. You are not only copying words, you are copying rhythm, tone, and feeling. Language is music. When you copy the music, your speaking becomes natural.
Yesterday, something beautiful happened. A tourist stopped me and asked, "Excuse me, where is the train station?" I answered without fear, clear, calm, natural. After he left, I stood there smiling. It felt like climbing a mountain. A small conversation, but a big victory.
That is how progress looks, not a big explosion. Just small wins every day. Many people think learning English is about talent. It is not. It is about daily exposure, like sunlight for plants. A little every day makes strong growth.
Before, English felt like my enemy. Now it feels like my friend. Before, I felt trapped in a small world. Now I feel connected to the world. I can watch science videos. I can understand documentaries. I can learn about space, history, and technology. English did not change who I am. It opened new doors for me.
And that is the real power of language. It is not about sounding smart. It is about freedom. To everyone listening right now, you do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. 10 or 20 minutes every day is enough if you do it regularly.
Do not wait to feel ready. Start before you're ready. Do not say, my English is bad. Say, my English is growing. Growth takes time. Give yourself 90 days. Just 90 days of daily listening.
Choose stories, not only rules. Choose courage, not fear. And remember, if a young girl who once could not say her own name in English can change, then you can change too.
Yes, I was never stupid. I just needed a better way. And maybe you need a better way too. Let's not wait for tomorrow. Let's begin today, because your future is waiting and your voice is stronger than you think.
Thank you for learning English with us today. Learning English at school can sometimes feel difficult. There is often too much grammar, not enough practice, and not enough fun or relaxation. But through stories like this, you can learn in a more natural and interesting way. You can improve your vocabulary, build better listening skills, and enjoy the learning process at the same time. Learning a language should not feel heavy. It should feel simple, natural, and enjoyable. If you like this way of learning, please subscribe and like our channel to support us. We are still a small channel, and your support means a lot to us. With your help, we can post one new video every 2 days. Thank you again, and see you in the next story.